Hey there guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to give you a quick update and a tour of the 4 feral bee colonies that I captured this past spring. I've got them all in scrapwood top bar beehives, and I think they're a good example to show you how you can get into beekeeping for little to no money down. So let me get my suit on and I'll take you on a tour of these hives, show you kind of what kind of comb they're drawing out, and also I'll talk a little bit about the unconventional construction practices and scrap wood that I use to make these top bars. So anyway, let me put that on and we'll start the tour.
This first hive is what I jokingly refer to as my fancy hive because of the pitched roof. It's a scrapwood hive like all the others. It's a Kenyan style with the tapered sides and it's about 4 feet long. I used plywood for pretty much all the construction, obviously except for the tin on top, and the bottom of the hive is just a wire mesh. The legs go into coffee cans to combat against ants, but so far they haven't been a problem, surprisingly. With the lid off, you'll see there's a void space on the left side. That's created by a follower board that I've used to make this hive a little bit smaller. For this first comb that I'm pulling out, it's actually 2 bars with 3 combs attached, and that was because of my first mistake, which was to not really research the width of the bars and what they should be. I have them way too wide. But so far the bees seem to be doing well, and this hive, so far as I can tell, has been thriving. If you look inside, you'll see the bottom is just a wire mesh screen, and the rest of the combs are doing really well and pretty darn active. My second hive is what I refer to as the tiny house hive, and that's because I built it with a laminated board that I got from my brother-in-law Kevin. It was only about 32 inches long, and I basically built the hive around that. Not the perfect dimensions, but you know, it is what it is. The legs are pallet legs. I have a little landing ramp in front with 2 holes. One is covered by duct tape right now, a very technical feature. And on one end I used a scrap piece of plexiglass and a board and a hole that I cut out in about 30 seconds, as you can see, to make a little viewing port. It's hard to see anything from the camera, but if you do look closely, you can see the hive working in there. Hive number 3 is what I refer to as the Warrior Hive, mainly because I've gotten stung twice from this hive and not once from any of the other 3 hives. The construction of the top bar is more along the, I believe, Tanzanian style, which is basically just a rectangle box without the angled sides like a Kenyan top bar. I used extra cedar fence boards that I use on my garden beds to make the sides, and then the ends are just scrap 2x4s. On the back side, I have a follower board on this one just to be able to collapse the cavity. And so far, this hive has actually been doing very well. I would say it's probably the most productive I have. Overall, as far as I can tell, this hive seems very healthy. All of the combs are straight and for the most part pretty heavy. Some are a combination of brood and honey, and some seem to be mostly honey. This will probably be one of the hives that I consider taking maybe one of the combs when I get ready to harvest in the fall. One more thing that I did want to point out is hives number 2, 3, and 4, which is coming up, all took about 30 to 45 minutes to build. So it's definitely within everybody's realm to be able to build something like this. Here I'm just taking you on a quick look inside. That was just one broken comb from this hive, but as far as the rest of them, they all look really, really good. fourth and final hive is the broken combs hive. This was the one where the swarm trap had fallen off a tree and a lot of the combs got broken. I had basically just set them in the hive during the process, and so far the bees have started establishing new combs. The construction is similar to the others, the Tanzanian style, I believe, just the rectangle. Legs are in coffee cans and it's got plywood sides. All of the top bars on this are definitely way too wide. I had just started doing this before I had done that much research, but like I said, there's still bees in it. You'll see some of the closest top bars are bent, and that's because they are bending under the weight of the combs because I had used some plywood. Definitely another mistake, but I'm just going to let it ride out for now and see what the bees do with it later. There's the old combs, and the new combs are obviously the ones hanging. So I plan on putting a follower board in this like the number 3 hive that you saw, but just haven't been able to do so just yet. So thanks for watching, and if you want to see some of my other bee videos, just look at the links that I'll put there below.